Hola, hola, hola. Michelle Robbins here, and welcome back to Cabo. Here we come. We have a very special segment today. It has nothing to do with buying property, but it has something to do with buying the best Mexican wines. Yes, you heard correctly, Mexican wines. One thing that most foreigners are not aware of is that Mexico has one of the best and fabulous wine selections we have ever tasted. So we have had the fortune today that I have two special guests, and I'm going to introduce them to you. We have Richard Robbins here, my beloved husband, who is a wine connoisseur, and we have the pleasure of having one of the best sommeliers in the area, Mara Bello, and I'm going to turn it over to them. I want to thank them both for their time, and they're volunteering to do this for us in our special segment of Mexican wine tasting. So, Richard, thank you so much, honey, for doing this. I know this is a great sacrifice for you to actually have a Mexican wine tasting. My husband, Richard Robbins, say hello.
Hola.
And of course, I want to thank especially our wonderful sommelier, Mara Bello. And Mara, can you please tell us a little bit about your certification and how you became a sommelier?
Yes, of course, absolutely. Well, I used to be, I have a bachelor degree in culinary arts. So in the end of my career, or in the end of college, we needed to do like an internship program, and I decided to do it in a wine country here in Mexico, because I thought that it would be exciting and lovely to start introducing myself into the wine industry, into the wine world. So I spent 5 years there. Right after I finished college, I got my degree done, and then I moved there back to keep working in there and to keep learning. And I had the greatest opportunity that, while I was there, I got the certification of my first level of sommelier. And from there, I started to study more and get myself prepared. And right now, I'm about to do my third level on this November. So far, I'm keeping myself updated on that.
Richard, can you explain to the audience what does it mean at first levels? Do you know the difference between the levels?
Absolutely not.
You're right. Not proud. Well, so for us, the levels are split into the knowledge that you acquire. For example, when you have a first level, all the knowledge that you need to know, it's super like entry level, like
Basic,
and all the general basis for you to start introducing yourself into that. Then as you move forward into the levels, the precise information regarding the areas, regarding the regions of wine production, types of soil, and all those important factors that are transmitted into the wine are starting to be more, specific. The information is more precise regarding which, if for example, if in certain hectare you have 2 types of soil, and in level 1 you don't even know that those type of soil even exist. So as you are moving forward, you start to understand better and better how everything behaves, of course, regarding.
So, in other words, what I wanted you to know is that she's no dummy, and we're in excellent hands.
Thank you so much for the introduction, and how about if we start enjoying some wine?
That would be excellent.
Muy bien. Muy bien. ¿Seguimos entonces?
Sí,
Sí, le sirvo el primer vino entonces. ¿Va?
the first wine is white. That's all I know.
Yeah. The first one is white. So basically what we are going to do is that we're going to taste the different varieties that in this Mexican country are harvested, for example. So the first wine that we're going to taste, it's a white wine. So basically what we're going to do, would you like to take a look at that, Señor Robbins? Muy bien. So what we're doing is that we're going to taste and to yeah, to taste and to learn the different varieties that are harvested here in Mexico as our country. So fun fact, there are 3 regions in Mexico that are in charge of producing Mexican wine. And for that, I brought this little map for you to place it and to understand a little bit better how the regions are. So that's Mexico, as you can see. That's our lovely country where we are. Such a beautiful place. And we are here. So we're here in the tip of the Baja Peninsula. So the first region and the most important wine region in our country, it's gonna be all in this area, close to where it says Mexicali. So we're more lean towards the coast of the Pacific Ocean. And it's interesting that if so many of you have visited Napa Valley, you will find that this area, it's really similar to that. We share the breeze from the Pacific Ocean. We also share the altitude. We share also so many varieties in common that we harvest along with them. But with the difference that we Mexicans, we do it better. It was just a joke. Okay, muy bien. So as I said, we're going to start to visiting the area of Valle de Guadalupe. Valle de Guadalupe, it was, as I said, it's the most important wine region in our country. It is in charge of taking care of the 70% of the entire Mexican wine production, so it's huge. And also, going more in a technical way, we are about 300 and 400 meters above the sea, so we are not that high. So the interesting thing is that this area, it's like super hot, but somehow all the wine varieties manage to grow and manage to produce beautiful, beautiful wines, starting with the wine that we are having here in our glass. We have a Chenin Blanc 100%, and it's a winery that's family owned. So usually in the world, you see that many of the wineries are family owned. So in Mexico, it's not the exception. In this wine, it was a winery that, the grandfather and then the father and then the sons. And right now, the son is the one who takes care of the winemaking. This winery also combines a little bit of the usual way to producing wine along with low intervention techniques, which means that the hand of the man is not completely involved in the wine developing. So you have the most realistic and the most unique profile of the Chenin Blanc. In this case, it is aged, well, it is not aged, but it's lived inside of the barrel along with the lees, so it could gain more structure and the wine could be heavy, not as straightforward, or the acidity is well balanced. It's it's involved and it's well balanced, well integrated into all the style of the wine. You get to taste the flowers, you get to taste the the fruitality provided by the grape as well, and the texture of the wine. How about that? Did you like it? I know that you're not very into white wine, but it is a taste.
It is very refreshing, very smooth, elegant. It's a great way to start a meal, preferably with an appetizer, seafood appetizer.
Yeah, I agree with you, Senor Ronis. I agree with you 100%. Muy bien. So continuing with our second wine, we're going to do a Chardonnay. So many of us have been in contact with the Chardonnay. Chardonnay, it's like one of the most planted white varieties in the world. And in Mexico, as I said, it's not the exception. In the case of this wine, it's interesting that ever since Mexican wine doesn't have like rules or regulations to follow in order to produce the wine, we can play around with many styles. And I said play around because you can either work with unoaked Chardonnay, you can either have an oaked Chardonnay that it's full body, well structured, you can have a little bit of mixing between both styles, like let's say in contact with the lees or a second fermentation in barrel, just to give it the structure. So Chardonnay, it's a very versatile grape that here in Mexico, it's also used for those type of wine. In the case of this winery specific, the owner of this winery, he has traveled for so many wine regions in the world, and he loves French wines. So he wanted to have his own version of Mexican slash French technique wines. And this is produced like a high-end Burgundy white wine. Not Chablis precisely, but like a Puligny Montrachet or all these elegant and mineral white wines that are produced in that area. What do you think about this wine, Señor Robbins?
Let me taste it.
Este es del Valle de Guadalupe. This is also a wine that is from Valle de Guadalupe, so it's in the same wine region. We're in the same area, so we don't get lost.
You do have that burgundy flavor,
Yeah.
but it's a creamier wine,
Yes, a big cream.
and you can taste the tropical fruits, unlike the French burgundy white.
It's okay. We'll have subtitles.
I would say when you switch from your to the entree of sea bass, a white fish, this wine would pair very, very nicely.
Yes, I agree with you. And even if you like to do like a pasta, like I don't know, like seafood pasta or even a creamy risotto, this type of wine would go amazing because it has still, even it's buttery or even it's heavy or even it's well structured, you still get the bright acidity to cut off all the fat and heaviness in the mouth, so it makes a good balance in the palate. I'm sorry, it's rude to spit, but I'm working and I don't want to drink wine. That's why I'm spitting up. I'm sorry.
From that I did well.
Yes, yes.
Very nice.
This other project, it's interesting that because the winery produces that specific brand only for us. Only for us.
For Palmilla.
For Palmilla, for the one and only Palmilla. We kind of closed the deal with them, and they decided to make this batch only for us. So it's also part of the exclusivity that we as wine department or as sommelier department has as part of our service here at the one and only, as well as this one. I forgot to tell you that this wine, it is also only for us. So the batch, it's a winery, it's in a small winery. So all these wines that I'm introducing to you all are from small wineries, as I said earlier. But it's interesting that even this small batch, you get to taste like the soul of the wineries and the soul of the winemakers. So in this wine, the production is like 2 barrels and that's it. And all these 2 barrels are only for us. So we made the deal earlier this year, so we will be having it only exclusively for us.
But the winery doesn't produce for other sources,
No.
only for Palmilla.
Yes.
How about Casariza?
Casariza is more popular. They're a bit bigger. That family, it's interesting that this family, without being indiscreet, because I know them, this family, it's really wealthy. And before they decided to release their brand on their own, they used to have so many like vineyards of plants that they used to sell to the different winemakers, but only the grape. And then they decided to take part of that vineyards that they own to produce their wine under their brand. So they have so many plantations in this area of Valle de San Vicente, which is a little bit more south from Valle de Guadalupe. but still in the same area of Northern Baja. So in this case, well, we're moving forward to the red wines. We're going to do this blend. This blend, it's like a Bordeaux-ish blend. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon blended with Cabernet Franc. So we have these two well-structured varieties that have a lot of tannins that are super present in the mouth. I mean, you all know Cabernet Sauvignon, you all know Cabernet Franc, you all know how they behave, and if you take advantage of it as it happens in Napa, you get to have all these well-structured wines. But in this case, we're going to taste the noble part of the grape. Noble meaning the fruit, the flowers, and the tannins are in the main character instead of the flowers and the fruit notes. Like raspberry, dark berries as well. It's really smooth in mouth. It's actually even light in body. And the tannins are, super smooth smell. What do you think about these wines, Señor Robbins?
Oh, I very much like this. You can taste the Cabernet Franc. Gives it a bit of a extra kick.
Yeah,
This is a delicious wine.
Strawberry.
I have not had this yet.
No.
I think. What I find wonderful about Mexican wines is there are so many excellent wines that I almost never repeat. You bring new bottles all the time. All of them are excellent, and it's fun to taste wines that are low production, small wineries.
Yeah. I call them gem wineries. Like a gem. You find them, it's rare, and you stick to it,
And I don't think we mentioned this, but I'm going to say this as a side note since I'm sitting on the side and nobody can see me, but hopefully they can hear me. Wine production in the entire American continent started here in Mexico. So Mexico is the oldest winery was established in Valle de Guadalupe. Am I mistaken or am I correct?
Valle del Parras in Coahuila, Saltillo.
Okay, I was wrong. in Coahuila, Saltillo.
Coahuila, Saltillo.
Valle de Parras, which I don't know where it is.
That's why we have this lovely map. You see? It's a great help. So, remember earlier, we were here in the Baja Peninsula. So we're going to move to this region. It's below Arizona, Texas, New Mexico, all in this area of desert area that you must know that in this region, wine is also produced, but in the other side of the border, if it makes sense. So in here, we're in the state of Coahuila, as you can see, in the area that is in charge of the oldest winery in Latin America. It's around this corner. So as you see, all this is desert. We have over here like green areas, and these green areas, they decided to establish a winery. So
yes, what year was this?
1520s.
There you go. Since the 1520s.
1520s.
Mexico has been producing wine since 1520s.
Ever since. Yes, exactly.
The oldest in the oldest in the Americas.
Yes, exactly. Yes, because from there were like a space of a couple of years until the 1800s, I'm sorry. 1800s, I'm sorry. That in also back in Valle de Guadalupe again, there was another winery as old as Valle de Parras, Casa Madero, and its name is Santo Tomas. So around that time, also in the United States, the wine production was in the beginning also. So we do have these similarities as well. But with the difference that Mexican wine hasn't been that popular just yet, aside of the production of the United States, for sure. Muy bien. So, and this is going to be our last red wine. We have a Malbec 100%. So, ooh, I left this for the very end, since this wine it's more structured than the one before. This is a Malbec, so in the winery they took advantage of the Malbec structure, frugality, power also, and all what the Malbec represents. So this is also a winery that's a family owned, and it's interesting that also the son of Mr. Francisco Rubio, who's the owner of this winery, that's why you can see that it says F. Rubio here. F. Rubio. His son is the one who does the winemaking. And he also has a project on his own that's so different and beautiful. So all of these wineries, as I said in the beginning, are family owned, are taking care of what the soil says, and they honor so much and respect so much what the nature gives, and all that, the soul of the area as well. Because all of these were families that started to make wine many years ago, and right now they are well established, and I think it's part of what the wine region in Valle de Guadalupe is about.
Now, I have a question slash comment. A lot of people that I've run into in the United States specifically, they say, oh, I like Malbecs, and they immediately associate Malbec with Argentinian wines. Can you explain what Malbec really is when they say they like Malbec? What do they like?
Well, I know that Malbec became the representative grape from Argentina, but its beginning or its origin, it's in France. The south part of France, very close to Bordeaux. That's where the Malbec is originally from. And you can see a whole different style of Malbec that we're tasting right now. So the Malbec in France, it's bold, but at the same time it's super dry, and the fruit is there, the flowers are there, but for sure the minerality is there, and it's a sharp wine that you can age for so long, as well as in Argentina. But it's interesting that in the region of Mendoza, which is the most popular wine region in Argentina, who's also taking care of Cabernet Sauvignons and Malbecs in the same proportion, let's say. They didn't realize that Malbec was more like a coldish variety. And in Argentina, they planted in the most hot area that exists. So right now, with the weather change and with all the different climate that's happening in the world, literally, they are planting more into the cold areas, and Mendoza, it's, only for the name, if it makes sense. So in this case, we're having, I think, a little bit of both. We can taste the minerality, we can taste a fresh acidity, but also the power of the tannins and the power of the body of the wine after being aged in the barrel comes up. So it's a different version of Malbec that, as I said, combines a little bit of both styles.
So if you don't like Malbec, doesn't mean you may not like this one, because the Malbec the grape is completely different from one country to another. So don't just cross it out, or if you like it, then don't expect the same when you come to Mexico. It may be a different undertone or under flavor in the Malbec.
Yes, but if you like Cabernets that are in the full side of well-structured Cabernets, and if you don't see any other Cabernet that you get, convinced by, you can always choose for the Malbec, since it's since it gives you a similar experience while you're tasting it for sure. What do you think about this wine, Senor Robbins?
I love it.
Love it.
It is. It is quite different from Argentinian Malbecs.
Yes.
If I was not married to an Argentinian, I would say it was better than the Argentinian Malbecs, but of course I can't say that.
It's okay, my heart is in Mexico.
But you're right. It is. It tastes like a different grape
Yes.
than in Argentina. So it's quite different. I would have put it much closer to a Cabernet,
Yes.
a Cabernet blend, perhaps.
Yes.
But it's very good, and I have not had this one
No.
before either.
And don't forget,
hashtag Yo Tomo Vino Mexicano.
Yo tomo vino mexicano. You're gonna have it, the subtitles, you can read it and hashtag it, please. So thank you again, one more time. No, stop it. Gracias, Palmilla, one and only, for giving us the opportunity. Gracias, Mara and Richard, of course, for, I hope you enjoyed the wine tasting. And now you know, as they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans. Well, when in Mexico, try Mexican wines. Thank you. Hasta pronto, soy Michelle Robbins y esto es Cabo, here we come. Hasta pronto, se
Hasta pronto.
despídete. Adiós.